Hello everybody, Zach here with the Goat Guy, and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to take a look at an Armed Samurai Benkei deck. So this deck is basically there to just equip this guy right here, Armed Samurai Benkei, with a bunch of equip spells. Because that'll give it an additional attack. And if you equip with a bunch of equip spells, he's going to get big. So this is a very gimmicky OTK, but it's a very fun one nonetheless. So let's get right into the card by card, and then we'll talk about some stuff later. So here's Armed Samurai Benkei. Like I said, he is a Dark Warrior monster with 500 attack and 800 defense. For each equip card attached to him, he gains 1 additional attack during each battle phase. So like I just said, get him with a bunch of equip spells. Big Benkei go burr. That's another card from a new archetype called Super Heavy Samurai. Anyway, we have 3 copies of Iron Blacksmith Kotetsu. This is a flip monster that reads one of the most simple lines in Yu-Gi-Oh! Add an equip spell from your deck to your hand. Which, in turn, funny enough, lets you add Snatch or Premature Burial, which is really nice. Up next we have the DD Warrior Lady, the Exiled Force, and the Mataza to wrap off the Warrior count. Mataza the Zapper is really good in this deck because, one, it is 1300 and a level 3, so it gets under the Messenger of Peace 1500 or more clause, and at one point when I was playing level limit, it got under that clause because it was a 3. The rest of the main deck includes a Sangan because it searches literally everything, a 2 Mystic Tomato because it lets you float right into Benkei if you desperately need it, or you can go for Sangan or Mataza. 1 Morphing Jar and 1 Cyber Jar. Morphing Jar is there just to help you draw deeper into your equips, and Cyber Jar kind of serves the same role, but it can also get some Benkeis on the field. Now let's take a look at our spells. So we play the standard Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity, Snatch, Steal, Premature Burial. So no duo in this deck because you're just trying to win the game very quickly. So personally, I would not play duo. We play a bunch of back row removal because, again, we're trying to OTK. We have Heavy Storm, Giant Trunade, and MST. We're playing 3 Trunade because it's one of the better back row removals, and it's a 3 of in this format, which is kind of crazy considering it is banned and limited in a bunch of other formats. For the equips that I chose to play 3 Big Bang Shot. The equipped monster gains 400 attack, and if you attack a defense position monster, it does piercing. Its one downside is, though, when it leaves the field, it does cause your monster, not your opponent, sorry, to the equipped monster to be banished, but usually you win the game very quickly. Double Axe of Despair. For some reason, this is an Archfiend card. Not sure why, but anyway, the equipped monster gains 1000, and if this card goes to the graveyard, you can tribute a monster to stack it. Never do that, unless you have like an extra body. Then we play the 2 of the 3 limited card equips. We play the United We Stand and Mage Power. And that's it for your equip engine. I think this is pretty standard. I will talk about a handful of other equip spells I have considered. For defense, we play the Scapegoat and the 2 Messenger pieces. These are just there to help us stall so we can draw into some equips or the missing piece of the combo. Double Knock just to get rid of pesky flips. And then double Rhoda to search our Benkeis, DD Warrior Lady, Exiled, and Mataza. Unfortunately, he's a Beast Warrior, which really sucks, so you can't search him, but that's okay. Then only playing 2 traps, it's Ring and Mirror Force. Ring is a have to be, but you can cut the Mirror Force for like Call the Haunted or Torrential. So, now that you have the 40 card by card, I just want to quickly talk about the cards I have also tested in this deck, so let's get into that real quick. We have DD Assailant. DD Assailant's okay. It's just another spot removal card. But at the end of the day, it just is level 4 and has 17. So, like, Messenger and level limit really hurt the card. Up next is Big Shield Gardner. I've been trying this in a lot of different warrior decks. It's just funny because when you set it, it'll bait a knock, or someone will just smack into it and take a bunch of damage, which this deck helps the cause a lot. Blade Knight's painfully average in this deck. I would not play it, but, you know, I feel like I have to mention it because it is a card I tried. Don Zalug was in the deck. He keeps coming in and out because he does get under the Messenger of Peace clause. He's not bad, but, you know, hitting cards out of your opponent's hand in this deck is just not as good as it would be in a normal warrior deck. And of course we have level 2. Right now, literally level 2 is just in the deck because I'm playing Mataza at the moment. You can easily swap for the level 2. Because, you know, level 2 is really good. The only other stall card I tried was level limit area B, which makes all level 4 monsters go to defense. Which the biggest problem was Ben K is a level 4, so if you can't hit a Trunade in time, it just kind of stops you from going off. Now let's take a look at the equip spells. This is in the wrong spot. So I tried Twin Sword of Flashing Light Trice, Gravity Axe Grarl, and Shooting Star Bow Seal. This card's really good. You can send a card from your hand to the graveyard, equip this to a monster, loses 500 attack, but it can attack twice during the battle phase. Which you might be like, well, that's not good. But, you know, here's how I looked at it. It lets, like, things like Mataza get in twice. So, like, you can hit a Mataza, or not Mataza, sorry, I meant to say, like, the Tomatoes or any of these monsters. But ultimately, I cut it because, one, the 500 attack, though not major, does hurt a bit. And the discard is the absolute worst part of this card. Like, this card in Vylons, I'll tell you what, real good. Every GOAT person who hasn't played past, like, 2006 probably just screamed, what is a Vylon? They're spherical. Gravity Axe Grarl, a monster gains 500, and your monsters your opponent controls cannot change their battle positions. This card, in theory, was really cool, but it's just not worth spot. And then we have the Shooting Starbow Seal. Monster loses 1,000. Then you can attack directly, which in concept was fun with this, but it ended up just hurting me more than anything. I did win a game with it once, so that was funny. And then Megamorph. Everyone knows what Megamorph is. When your life's lower, double the equipped monster's attack. Ultimately, cut this card because I noticed that after a while, it just makes you not be able to kill your opponent. So yeah, there we go. I also considered playing Warrior Returning Alive as just a way to get this back. Still unsure if I don't want to actually just main this. And then Torrential and Call were the last two cards I tried in here. Call the Haunted is obviously Call the Haunted, and Torrential is obviously Torrential. I would always keep the Ring, but I could easily see you cutting a Mirror Force for a Torrential or a Call here. And yeah, that is it for this deck profile. Hope you guys did enjoy. This deck is a ton of fun, and honestly, if you are new to GOAT format, this is a deck I recommend picking up immediately. Why? Because, one, you don't have to think too hard with it. Two, it kind of teaches you patience, which is sometimes a virtue in GOAT, as well as just teaching you how to play around certain cards. And also, it's fun. That's the main reason I profiled this, and I hadn't profiled it before. This deck is just a ton of fun. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. We'll see you guys in the next one. If you have a suggestion for a deck, please let me know in the comment section below. I'm always looking to get some fun ideas out here on the channel. Thank you guys again. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.